Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Tungal online classes. In the last video, we have discussed structure of atom, which is given in assignment number 1. Assignment number 1 consists of 5 chapters: basic concepts of chemistry, structure of atom, chemical bonding, periodic table, hydrogen and its compounds. Now basic concepts completed, structure of atom completed. In this video, I'm going to discuss the synopsis of chemical bonding followed by bits. A brief information I will discuss. So first of all, in this chapter, we need to study about a chemical bond. Chemical bond means the force of attraction between the two atoms or ions called uh, chemical bond. In this chapter, we should study about Lewis dot structures, covalent bond, ionic bond, coordinate covalent bond, octet rule, Vesper theory, VBT, molecular orbital theory, hybridization, many other. Briefly, we will discuss. Now, first one is Lewis dot structures. So Lewis dot structures means the valence electrons of an atom represented by dots by Lewis and Quetzal. For example, lithium, first group element 1 dot. Beryllium, second group element 2 dots. Boron, third group elements 3. So next, carbon, fourth group. Or next, nitrogen, fifth group, and oxygen, sixth group. So next, fluorine, seventh group, 7 valence electrons. Next, and neon, eighth group, 8 valence electrons. So we will draw one or two molecules now. Methane, for example, CH4. Carbon is the central atom. So it has, carbon has 4 valence electrons and hydrogens surrounded by carbon. Hydrogen has 1 valence electron indicated by cross, right students? And these rounded, it is nothing but 4 of carbon and 4 hydrogens, totally 8. It means it is octet. Octet means the molecule is stable. If it is incomplete octet or expanded octet, the molecule is unstable. Hydrogen, 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 2 electrons. 2 electrons also nothing but helium configuration. 8 electrons nothing but another noble gas configuration. Molecules will be stable. Now, like this, for many molecules we can draw. I'm not drawing all those molecules, students. But what are the limitations of octet rule? Octet means there are 8 electrons around the central atom. Now, drawbacks of octet rule will be, incomplete octet. Incomplete octet. Incomplete means less than 8 electron around the central atom. Less than 8 electron. Best examples: BeCl2. Beryllium valence electrons 2. Beryllium 2. Chlorine will be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chlorine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get it? Now, chlorine 7 plus 1, 8 octet. Chlorine 7 plus 1, 8 octet. But beryllium 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, totally 4 only. 4 means it is incomplete octet. So incomplete octet means around central atom less than 8 electrons are there, incomplete. Like this, BeCl2, LiH, MgCl2, right? Many are, you can take here. Next, expanded octet. expanded octet. Expanded means more than 8 electrons around the central atom. So PCl5. It means around phosphorus there are 5 chlorine atoms surrounded by 5 bonds. 5 bonds in the sense 5 2s 10 electrons. Right, students? And SF6, sulfur surrounded by 6 fluorine atoms, 6 2s 12 electrons. So IF7, so iodine surrounded by 7 fluorine atoms by 7 bonds with the 7 fluorines. Each bond contains 2 electrons, then 7 2s 14 electrons, more than how many? 7 electrons. So this is about octet rule. Simply I am giving, not the full information. After that, valency, combining capacity of an element called valency. Covalency, number of covalent bonds around the central atom called covalency. Electrovalency, number of electrons gained or lost while forming the electrovalent bond, also called covalent bond, also called ionic bond, called electrovalency. Now, first of all, covalent bond. Covalent bond is formed by sharing of electron pair between two atoms. Mutual sharing, equal sharing. That is called covalent bond. So here, carbon and hydrogen bond is a covalent bond. Carbon, these two electrons belongs to carbon as well as hydrogen. Mutual sharing. Next one, coordinate covalent bond. These two belongs to only one atom. In such case, the bond formed is coordinate covalent bond. For example, NH3, here there is a lone pair on nitrogen, H plus. H plus has no electron. These two electrons donated to hydrogen, then forms a bond between nitrogen and hydrogen. These two electrons belong to nitrogen only, but not belongs to hydrogen. Such bonds are named as coordinate covalent bond. Next, ionic bond. Ionic bond means there is no sharing, there is complete transfer of electron from cation to anion. Right? So losing and gaining, cation and anion both will be formed, hence the bond called ionic bond. What are the factors favorable for ionic bond? So factors favorable for ionic bond. To form ionic bond, we want cation and anion. Now first of all, cation. How cation will be formed? Cation means positive charged. Positive charge formed by removal of electron. Amount of energy required to remove an electron from gaseous atom called ionization enthalpy. It means with the least amount of energy, cation formed, that is favorable. It means low ionization enthalpy required. For example, two elements are there, element A and element B. Element A forms cation with 100 kilojoules of energy. Element B forms cation with 1000 kilojoules of energy. And which is formed cation easily? Which forms cation easily? Obviously A with 100 kilojoules only. So low ionization enthalpy. Second one is large size. Large size. Size increases. Easy to remove electron from outermost orbit because the attraction between the nucleus and outermost electron will be less. Easy to break the attraction and electron lost and cation will be formed. For example, M gives rise to losing one electron, M plus plus one electron. If it is a larger one, electron will be easily lost. So now, next after that, charge. Charge is low charge. Low charge is favorable. Formation of high charge. Plus 1 means 1 electron lost. Plus 2 means 2 electrons. Plus 3 means 3 electrons. Losing 1 electron is easy. Plus 1 formation is easier than plus 2 plus 3. It means low charge is favorable for cation formation. Along with this cation formation, anion also required to form ionic bond. So factors favorable for anion. Anion is a negative charge. Anion is a negative charge. So now to form anion means electron must be gained. So M plus electron gives rise to M minus. To gain electron, electronegativity, high electronegativity required, also called electron gain enthalpy. High electronegativity or high electron gain enthalpy required, then only anion formed easily. Next, small size, reverse factor students, small size. Size is smaller, easy to attract the electron because our distance will be lower between the nucleus and outermost electron. Smaller size favorable for anion formation. Next, charge, low charge, here also low charge favorable. It means gaining 1 electron is favorable than 2 electrons, 3 electrons, 4 electrons. Forming -1 is more favorable than -2, -3, -4. So these are the factors for ionic bond formation. For example, MgO. So magnesium losing 2 electrons, hence magnesium plus 2. Oxygen gaining 2 electrons, hence oxygen is -2. Electrovalence of magnesium is 2, losing 2. Electrovalence of oxygen is 2, gaining 2. It means number of electrons transferred by losing or gaining in ionic bond formation called electrovalency, right? So this is about ionic bond and their factors favorable. After that, something percentage of ionic character in a covalent bond, something percentage in covalent character in ionic bond. Now, covalent character in ionic bond, how to find covalent character? Covalent character factors. Reverse factors, students, just now I have written, those all factors will be reversed. For ionic bond, large size cation required, but here covalent character, small cation. Large cation is, I am writing here ionic also comparatively, students, ionic character. Ionic character, covalent character. Small cation, here large cation. Large cation favorable for ionic character, small cation favorable for ionic character. Next, so low charge on cation, low charge cation favors ionic bond. So high charge cation favors high charge cation. Charge of cation increases covalent, charge of anion decreases ionic. Just now given reason also. Next, large size, here small size anion. Small size anion favorable for which one, that is ionic bond, and here large anion favorable for which one, covalent character. Now low charge favorable for low charge anion favorable for ionic character. Here high charge anion favorable for which one, that is covalent character. So simply smaller the cation, larger the anion. Covalent character. Larger the cation, smaller the anion. That is ionic character. Easy to remember, very, very important, students. So one simple question I will give you, you have to solve. LiCl, MgCl2, next lithium, magnesium, aluminum, AlCl3. Which is covalent, which is ionic, we will discuss. Chlorine, 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 in all cases anions are same. Neglect. Lithium +1, it is +2, it is +3. Charge of cation increases. High charge of cation favors covalent character. It is covalent, it is ionic, right? Then, so lithium, magnesium, aluminum, charge dominates. That's why it is covalent character order. It is like that. Many questions given, you verify ionic character as well as a covalent character in which one that is different compounds. Next, after that, simple question. One more, students. The simple question: NaCl and LiCl, which is covalent, which is ionic? So Cl common, neglect. Li +1, Na +1, charge, neglect. Lithium smaller, sodium larger. Top to bottom na in first group elements. Lithium smaller, sodium larger. Larger the cation, ionic. Sodium chloride ionic, lithium chloride covalent. So it is covalent character. Lithium chloride more covalent than sodium chloride. Very important, right? Next, after this, ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate covalent bond completed. Next one is a formal charge. Very important. Formal charge. Yes, students, formal charge. Formal charge means an imaginary charge which is present on an atom in a particular molecule called formal charge. Formal charge formula is number of valence electrons of a particular atom minus number of lone pair of electrons minus half into bond pair of electrons. Right, students? So valence electrons minus lone pair of electrons minus half into bond pair of electrons. Now we'll see one example. Oxygen, ozone molecule I am taking, students. Ozone molecule O3 is O1, O2, O3. There are 3 oxygen in ozone molecule. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lone pairs. Here these two crosses belongs to this same only, and these two also belongs to this oxygen. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6. Right? So 1, 2 and 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, students? It means on each oxygen atom valence electrons are 6. We know already. Now, check it clearly. So, here, formal charge of first oxygen atom. Formal charge of first oxygen atom. It is equal to valence electrons of oxygen 6. Next, minus lone pair of electrons 1, 2, 3 lone pairs, 3, 2, the 6 electrons, minus half into bond pair of electrons. These 2 electrons are bond pair 2. Then what is the charge? So it is 6 minus 1, minus 6 minus 1 minus 7. You will get minus 1 finally, right? So on this, the charge will be minus 1. Formal charge on second oxygen atom. Valence electrons of second oxygen atom 6 minus lone pairs, only 2 are there, lone pairs 2 minus half into bond pairs 1, 2, 3, 3 bonds, 3 bonds consist of 6 electrons, right? 2 3s it is 6, right? So minus 2 minus 3 minus 5, it becomes 6 minus 5 is plus 1. On this, plus 1 is the formal charge. So formal charge on third one, we will see third one. Third one means oxygen, it is also valence electrons 6 minus. So lone pairs 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lone pair of electrons minus half into bond pairs will be 1, 2, 2 to 4 electrons. So it becomes 2. 4 minus 2, 6. So minus 4 minus 2, totally minus 6. Minus 6 plus 6 is 0. There is no charge on third oxygen. First oxygen charge is minus 1. Second oxygen charge is plus 1. Third oxygen charge is 0. So like that they are asking the formal charge on individual atoms in a given molecule, right? After this, next theory is Vesper theory. Important one is Vesper theory. Vesper theory is nothing but valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. VSEPR theory. Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. According to this theory, bond pairs and lone pairs play a key role in the formation of geometry of a given molecule. So bond pairs are occupied around the central atom and lone pairs are present on the central atom. So based on that, molecules are classified into molecule with lone pair, molecule without lone pair. For example, AB2. AB2 means A is the central atom, B is surrounding atoms, right? So these two are bond pairs. Shape is linear, bond angle is 180, right? AB3 is there. AB3 is there. AB3 means A is central atom, right? A is central atom. 1, 2, 3, B, 3 B's. Arranged in trigonal planar shape. The angle everywhere will be 120 degrees. If 4 are there, tetrahedral. 5 are there, trigonal bipyramidal. 6 are there, octahedral. 7 are there, 7 are there, pentagonal bipyramidal. So need to remember shapes and their bond angles. And next, AB2, E2 I am taking. It is central atom and this is bonded atom and these are lone pairs, students, right? Central atom A, bonded atoms B, lone pairs, 2 lone pairs are there, like this. Due to lone pair and bond pair repulsion, the bond angle will be decreases. Because lone pair and bond pair repulsions, angle will be close, angle will be decrease, right? So like this, based on the number of lone pairs, the shape will be changed as well as the shape will be disturbed and bond angle also decreases, students. Now important one here, one example I am taking. So SF6. SF6 is octahedral shape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, SF6. Now it is octahedral shape. If two fluorines are not there, then the structure is SF4. SF4 means here no fluorines. Instead of two fluorines, there are two lone pairs. Lone pairs not considered in the shape. So only bond pairs, it's nothing but a square planar structure. Which structure that is? Square planar structure. So these are the points regarding valence shell electron pair. The valence shell electron pairs are involved in geometry of a molecule. Those only decides the bond angle and geometry. And if lone pair and repulsions more than that of lone pair, and bond pair. After that, VBT, valence bond theory. As per this theory, the atomic orbitals are overlapping concept. Vesper theory is valence shell electron concept. Molecular orbital theory is intermixing concept. Now VBT, atomic orbitals are overlapped, then forms a bond. So here axial overlapping causes sigma bond and lateral overlapping causes pi bond. For example, so axial overlapping, this kind of overlapping, it is p orbital, another p orbital, that causes a sigma bond, right? And next one, it is first p orbital, it is another p orbital. This kind of overlapping leads to which bond formation? Pi bond. We know, students, already sigma bonds are stronger than pi bond because axial overlapping is stronger than lateral overlapping. If one and only bond is there, that is sigma bond. Two bonds are there, one is pi, another one is sigma. Three bonds are there, for example, one is sigma, remaining two are pi bonds, right? Triple bond contains two pi bonds, double bond contains one pi bond. All single bonds are sigma bonds. Differences also we will know. One molecule we will take. So first one is methane I am taking. Methane, carbon it is. Carbon atomic number 6, 2s2, 2p2 it is. One electron, here it is 2s2, 2p2, 2p contains 2 electrons, 1, 2 electrons. Now, if you observe, so one electron is jumped from 2s to 2p, then what will be happen? 2s1, 2p becomes 3. This electron jumps here, right? Then, so 2s orbital, 2p orbital, totally 4 orbitals, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 orbitals are overlapped with the CH4, right? Is carbon orbitals written. Hydrogen has 1s orbital. 1s orbital is spherical. At this kind of overlapping, it is hydrogen. C, H. The overlapping leads to the formation of a sigma bond. But the problem is, so p orbitals, these 3 are p orbitals. P orbitals are directional. 3 bonds are directional. But s orbital is non-directional. But this bond should not be non-directional. But practically this is also directional. That's what not explained in VBT, valence bond theory. So many molecules they explained VBT theory. And after that, hybridization, very, very important, hybridization. So, in VBT, overlapping of atomic orbitals takes place. But in hybridization, intermixing of atomic orbitals then gives equal number of hybrid orbitals with equal energy. Rules, many conditions, terms are there, no need for us. How to find hybridization? By looking. So Z is equal to, formula is very, very important, half into valence electrons of central atom So plus monovalent atoms, number of monovalent atoms, so minus anion charge plus cation charge. It is the formula which is applicable to 90% of the compounds, 90%. So now one example I am taking where Z equal to 2, for example. 2 means Sp. Sp means shape is linear. Bond angle is 180. Next, Z is equal to 3. Sp2. 1 plus 2, 3. So it is planar shape, trigonal planar. Bond angle is 120 degrees. Bond angle. Easy to remember. Z is equal to 4. Sp3. Tetrahedron for this molecule. Shape 109.5 degrees. Z is equal to 5. Sp3d. Trigonal bipyramidal. TBP. Trigonal bipyramidal. Z is equal to 6. Sp3d2. Octahedral structure. Simply I wrote octahedral. Z is equal to 7. Sp3d3. So the shape is pentagonal bipyramidal. PBP. Pentagonal bipyramidal. Right? Okay, students. Now one example I am taking. Example number 1, methane I am taking. Methane central atom is carbon. Z I am calculating. Z is equal to half into central atom carbon valence electrons 4 plus monovalent atoms, in the sense only one bond must be formed by that atom. Like hydrogen monovalent, halogens are monovalent. These two only, not remember. So there are 4 hydrogens, monovalent hydrogen atoms, minus no anion, no cation. So anion charge must be added, cation charge must be subtracted. Right? Cation charge must, if cation is there, that much of charge must be subtracted. Anion is there, that much of charge must be added. So half into 8, you will get 4. Z is equal to 4 in the sense, that is tetrahedral, sp3 hybridization 109.5 degrees. Easy to say. PCl5. PCl5 is nothing but central atom is P, Z, half into central atom P means phosphorus. Phosphorus valence electrons 5, 15th group element, plus chlorine is monovalent atom. There are 5 monovalent chlorine atoms. No positive charge, no negative charge. Half into 10 becomes 5. 5 means Sp3d, trigonal bipyramidal shape. SF6 I am taking, students. SF6. Central atom sulfur. Z must be calculated, half into sulfur 16th group elements, valence electrons 6 plus 6 fluorines are monovalent, hence 6. No cation, no anion. Half into 12, that is equal to 6. 6 means Sp3d2. Right, students? NO2 minus, for example, negative charge here, NO2 minus. Half into central atom nitrogen. Nitrogen 15th group element, hence 5 valence electrons. Oxygen is divalent, not monovalent, hence neglected. Monovalent atoms not there, 0. So anion will be minus 1. Minus 1 means add minus 1. The charge must be added here, minus 1. No cation. Half into 6, that is 3. 3 means Sp2 hybridization. So like that, for many molecules, you need to calculate the hybridization and also find the bond angle. Shapes also are very, very easy to identify, students. Right? This is about the shapes and their bond angles according to hybridization concept. Follow hybridization perfectly. At least they are expecting 1 bit from hybridization topic. So now the last one is molecular orbital theory, MOT. In hybridization intermixing, but in molecular orbital theory, linear combination of atomic orbitals, LCAO method, that is. So now MOT, molecular orbital theory. MOT, molecular orbital theory. Linear combination of atomic orbitals leads to the formation of molecular orbitals with equal number and equal energy. So many given, we need only two topics. One is, so less than or equal to 14 electrons are there. In such case, what is the electronic configuration? That's what important. Electronic configuration is sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s. Next, pi 2 px is equal to pi 2 py. So next, sigma 2 pz. After that, pi star 2 px is equal to pi star 2 py. And last one is sigma star 2 pz. Students, this configuration you need to remember at least one bit they are expecting. So 14 electrons or less than 14 electrons are there, like that you need to find. For example, nitrogen I am taking, students, nitrogen. Nitrogen gas contains two nitrogen atoms, nitrogen molecule, two nitrogen atoms. Each nitrogen has 7 electrons. There are 2 nitrogens, 2 sevens are 14 electrons total. So fill 14 electrons, 2, 4, 6, 8. These two are degenerate, 9, 10, 11, 12. Follow Hand's rule. Next, 14 total. Star symbol is there, those are anti-bonding. Without star, bonding. So bond order for N2 is half into number of bonding electrons minus number of anti-bonding electrons. Half into bonding electrons are totally without star symbol 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Anti-bonding means with the star 2, 4, that's it. These are no electrons. 10 minus 4, 6 into half, 3. 3 means there are 3 bonds in between nitrogen and nitrogen. N triple bond N, we know already. All electrons are paired, 2 electrons only. Paired means diamagnetic, it's not a paramagnetic. For example, if they asked Be2, beryllium. There are 2 berylliums in this molecule. Beryllium 4 atomic number, 4 electrons, 2 berylliums, 8 electrons. 8 means 2, 4, 6, 8 over. These electrons should not be there. Bond order will be half into, what is that, students? Bonding electrons, 2 plus 2, 4 minus. Anti-bonding also 2 plus 2, 4. 0 you will get. It means Bg2 will not be exist. Many questions are possible. If less than 14 electrons or equal to 14 electrons are there, follow this configuration, right? If more than 14 electrons are there, how to solve such questions? If more than 14 electrons, greater than 14 electrons, in such case, what is the configuration? Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, next sigma 2pz, pi 2px, pi 2py, next pi star 2px, pi star 2py, after that sigma star 2pz. Small deviation, students, here 2s pi 2px, 2s sigma 2pz. That is the difference. Now, for example, oxygen I am taking O2. Oxygen atomic number is 8. There are 2 oxygens in the O2 molecule. Hence, 2 8s are 16 electrons. Need to fill 16 electrons. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14. Because degenerate orbital. 15 and 16. Getting students? Right. So bond order is equal to, what is the formula? Half into bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons. Bonding means without star. Without star, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 without star. Minus, with star anti-bonding, 2, 4, next 5, 6, 10 minus 6, 4, that is equal to half into 4, 2. Hence, there are two bonds between O and O. And now, here these two electrons are unpaired electrons. Remaining all are 2 electrons paired. Unpaired is there, it is a paramagnetic substance. Right? Unpaired electrons are there, paramagnetic. Paired electrons are there, diamagnetic. Getting? O2 plus 1 is there. Plus 1 means 1 electron less. It means last electron not there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are bonding. 2, 4, 5 are anti-bonding. 10 minus 5. 5 into half. Then you will get 2.5 is the bond order. Getting all of it? It is bond order. And diamagnetic paramagnetic character by MOT theory. Less than 14 electrons and greater than 14 electrons. These two should follow. Last topic, hydrogen bonding. It means the bond between electropositive hydrogen and most electronegative atoms. Electronegativity order is FON. Remember, these three elements only forms hydrogen bonding, but not other elements. For example, HF, next H2O, next NH3. HF bonding with another HF, H2O bonding with another H2O, NH3 bonding with another NH3. Getting students? So bond between electronegative atom and electropositive hydrogen. Bond between most electronegative atom and electropositive hydrogen. Electronegative atom and electropositive hydrogen. That kind of bonding called hydrogen bonding. If electronegativity more, then attraction also more, then hydrogen bonding character also more. Right, students? More the electronegativity, then hydrogen bond will be stronger. Getting? Then hydrogen bonding classified into two types: intermolecular, intramolecular. Inter means between two molecules hydrogen bonding. Intra means within the molecule hydrogen bonding. One simple example for this: inter and intra. First, intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen. So it is orthonitrophenol. OH, nitro group it is. Ortho position, nitrophenol it is. There is a hydrogen bond. Within a single molecule there is a hydrogen bond, hence it is called intramolecular hydrogen. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Then here I will write like this. NO2, it is para position. Para-nitrophenol it is. Then it is combined with one more. So HO NO2. Between two molecules there is a hydrogen bonding. This kind of hydrogen bond called inter. Inter means in between two molecules. Intra means within one molecule. Very, very important. And at least they are expecting one question. So with this, concepts briefly I completed. Let us discuss bits from chemical bonding. Remember in your assignment up to 68 structure of atom. Now 68 to 90 bits belong to chemical bonding. You remember one thing, in your assignments the given bits are from even exemplar problems also, even from previous CET questions also included. So that's why don't neglect your assignment questions, cover all your assignment questions. I'm covering few questions. You cover the remaining questions from assignment which is already included the previous as well as exemplar questions. Okay students, let us discuss bits. Bit number 69, bit number 68 to 90 bits belongs to chemical bonding. 69. Valence of atom with respect to oxygen is maximum. So in which of the following with respect to oxygen valence will be maximum? One oxygen forms two bonds. Here 4 oxygen forms 4 to 8 bonds with the OS. It means OS only forms, osmium only forms 8 bonds with 4 oxygens. Each oxygen forms 2 bonds with osmium. So osmium forms 8 bonds with 4 oxygens. So 8 valency. If you observe this, 7 valency, 2 to 4 valency, here 3, 2, 6 valency. Next, 70. Odd electron bond is present in. Odd means here odd electron bonds also does not explained by Lewis dot structures. So easy to find answers. No need to draw structures. Nitrogen 7 electrons, oxygen totally 8 electrons. 7 plus 8, 13. Otherwise valence electrons. Nitrogen 15th group 5, oxygen 16th group 6. 6 plus 5, 13. 13 is odd number. Nitrogen 5 valence electrons, oxygen 6, 2, 6, 12. 12 plus 5, 17. Odd number. Chlorine 17th group, hence 7 valence electrons. 2 oxygens, 2, 6 are 12 plus 7, 19. It means all cases odd number of electrons, obviously odd electron bond possible, hence all the above is the right option. 72. The shape of IF7 is iodine heptafluoride. IF7 shape how to find I gave already. Hybridization you have to find first of all. I am writing here students. So instead of taking this, already explained this molecule. IF7. Iodine is central atom. Z I am calculating half into. Iodine halogen family, hence 17th group, hence 7 valence electrons plus monovalent atoms 7 fluorine atoms plus 7. No positive charge, no negative charge. Then 7 plus 7, 14, half into 14, that is equal to 7. 7 means Z, sp3d3. sp3d3 means the shape I gave you already. Pentagonal bipyramidal. It is pentagonal bipyramidal. Option C correct students. Option C. I central atom, pentagonal it is. Right, pentagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fluorines here. Next fluorine, next fluorine. Upside one pyramid, downside one pyramid. Plane is a pentagon, hence pentagonal bipyramidal is the right answer. In K4FeCN6, the nature of bond between iron and cyanide ions is ionic bond, covalent bond, dative bond, polar bond. Which kind of bond that is? So if you observe students carefully, K4FeCN6, check carefully this. K4 FeCN 6 times. 4K plus ions plus FeCN 6 will be minus 4. 4 plus minus 4. Fe it is. There are 6 cyanides. Cyanide, 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 cyanide. Cn minus actually. The minus has 2 extra electrons. Those will be donated to iron atom. Donated means this bonded atom belongs to only carbon, not belongs to iron. This bonded atom, this bond pair belongs to only carbon but not belongs to iron. Such kind of bond is called dative bond, also called coordinate covalent bond. The iron and cyanide bond is a coordinate covalent bond. Potassium and FeCN6 bond is ionic bond, and C and N bond is nothing but a covalent bond. Next. Okay students, next bit. Strongest hydrogen bonding is present in. Hydrogen bonding strength depending upon electronegativity of atom. If more the electronegativity, more will be the strong hydrogen bond. So I gave the order. Most electronegative element in the periodic table is fluorine. So hydrogen fluoride, the bond between hydrogen fluoride and hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen bond is very strong. Already discussed just now. Hybridization of central atom is sp2 in which molecule? Again, Z is equal to formula students. Z is equal to half into, I am verifying the right option, you verify wrong option also. Right option is options D correct. Central atom nitrogen, nitrogen 15th group element, valence electrons are 5. Oxygens are divalent, no monovalent atoms in this. Oxygens are divalent, no monovalent atoms, 0. Negative charge -1, negative charge must be added, -1 is there, that's why addition it is. Means the one extra electron is there, that must be included. No positive charge, hence 0. Then half into 10, half into 6, 5 plus 1, 6. 6 into half, 3. 3 means that is sp2. So option D correct. You verify remaining options also students. Next. Molecule having incomplete octet in central atom is phosphorus PCl5, Cl, 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 Cl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 electrons. Greater than 8. Incomplete means less than 8 required. NH3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons. Hence it obeys octet rule. BCl3. It is B, Cl, Cl, Cl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 means less than 8 it is. Less than 8 electrons are there, that is called incomplete octet. Hence answer is option C correct. You verify H2 also students. Next question students, one of the important question. So now the dipole moment of NH3 greater than NF3 because why? You see students, ammonia H, 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 okay, it is a atomic dipole, it is a bond dipole, it is atomic dipole. Next NF3, F, 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 lone pair it is, right? These are bond dipoles, this is atomic dipole. So here hydrogen is electropositive, nitrogen is electronegative. Electronegative means electron transferred from hydrogen to negative atom, nothing but nitrogen. So this is the direction of bond, dipole moment direction, like this, right? Dipole moment direction. And these also electron dipole moment directions. Electrons are negative charge, attraction. All are in the same direction. Same direction means net dipole moment is maximum. Net dipole moment is maximum. Same direction. Right, students? But here observe, fluorine is more electronegative than nitrogen. Fluorine is the most electronegative element in the periodic table. So nitrogen to fluorine only takes place because fluorine is more electronegative. Fluorine more electronegative. Fluorine most electronegative. But it is negative charged electrons. Dipole will be in the opposite direction. These will be cancelled by the opposite one. It means net dipole moment will be minimum but not maximum. So because fluorine bond dipoles cancelled by the atomic dipole, then net dipole moment will be minimum. Then answer for this question is, in NH3 atomic dipoles and bond dipoles in the same direction, all are in the same direction. But in NF3 atomic dipoles and bond dipoles in opposite direction, right? Hence option D correct, students, very important. Okay students, next bit. Which of the following is a zero overlapping? Zero overlapping and negative overlapping does not lead to the formation of a bond. As per VBT theory it is. Plus positive overlapping, bond formation. Plus minus negative overlapping. It is negative overlapping, it is a positive overlapping. Plus positive overlapping. But here, so it is a node actually. It's not a proper orientation, it is improper orientation, hence it is a zero overlapping. Zero and negative overlapping does not lead to the formation of sigma bond or pi bond. Only positive overlapping causing bond. Which statement is correct about O2 plus? So paramagnetica, diamagnetica we need to find first of all. That's why we need to write the configuration, very important. So O2 contains 16 electrons, we have written already. So O2 16 electrons, sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, right students? Next sigma 2pz, next pi to px is equal to pi to py, pi star to px is equal to pi star to py, next sigma star to pz. Getting students? It is the configuration for greater than 14 electrons compounds. Greater than 14 electrons compounds. So O2 contains totally 16 electrons. 16 means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, because degenerate orbitals follows Hans rule. Okay. Now bond order we know already. Now O2 bond order. O2 bond order. Half into bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons. Half into bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons. So bond order is equal to half into bonding electrons without star, anti-bonding electrons with star. Bonding without star, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 electrons are there, minus anti-bonding, 2, 4, 6, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2. Here also one more electron is there. Here also one electron. Anti-bonding electrons 6. So 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. then it is 2, bond order 2. Okay, let it. Bond order 2, oxygen, bond order 2 and paramagnetic, because unpaired electron is there. Then O2 plus, compare students, O2 plus, bond order is half into bonding electrons. O2 plus 1 means plus indicates 1 electron deficient. That's why this last electron I am removing. Okay, now last one I removed. Then bonding electrons 10 again students, minus. Anti-bonding electrons with star 2, 4, 5 only. 5 it is. Right? Then 10 minus 5, 5 into half, 2.5. One unpaired electron is there, that's why para. Right? Para it is. Now check. The bond order of oxygen less than bond order of O2 plus. So now, which statement is correct about O2 plus? O2 plus is paramagnetic and bond order greater than oxygen. O2 plus is paramagnetic, bond order greater than O2. Because bond order of O2 plus is 2.5, O2 is 2. So, O2 plus is paramagnetic and bond order greater than O2 is the right answer. Okay students, next question 87. The electronic configuration of most electronegative element is 2s2 2p5 fluorine configuration, 3s2 3p5 chlorine, 4s2 4p5 bromine, 5s2 5p5 iodine. Fluorine is most electronegative element, halogen family, that is A, correct answer. Hybridization of carbon in diamond, graphite and ethane. Diamond, each carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization. Graphite, each carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization. Ethane formula is, CH triple bond CH. Ethine it is. Ethine means alkyne. Alkynes, triple bond is there, sp. Diamond, sp3, graphite, sp2, ethine, sp. So answer is sp3, sp2, sp. Option B correct students. Which of the following possess the net dipole moment? Starts with the C double bond O. CO. Oxygen is most electronegative element. Carbon to oxygen electron density. Carbon to oxygen, because oxygen is most electronegative element. This will be cancelled by the opposite one. Net dipole moment will be 0. Next, BeCl2, beryllium, chlorine. Chlorine is most electronegative element, hence beryllium to chlorine electron shifted. Beryllium to chlorine electron shifted, because electrons are shifted towards electronegative element. Then this will be cancelled by the opposite one. This is cancelled by the opposite one. Hence net dipole moment will be 0. And BF3, boron trifluoride, right? Yes, this is opposite side. Boron to fluorine, boron to fluorine, boron to fluorine. Right students? This will be cancelled by these two. These two will be cancelled by this opposite one, and this will be cancelled by these two opposite one, and this will be cancelled by these two opposite. Net dipole moment will be 0. One bond cancelled by two opposite bonds. SO2, double bond O, double bond. These two will be like this. Sulfur to oxygen, because oxygen is most electronegative. Net dipole moment in the one direction only. It means maximum net dipole moment. Option A correct students. With this, bits from 69 to 90 bits completed. Few I discussed, only few left. You try them. If you have any doubts, post in our group. Right? We'll continue in the next session.